All right, number 1, points that are on the same plane.
It's D.
D, coplanar. That kind of looks like a P. Hold on. D. Okay. Shaped like a floor, made of 3 non-collinear points.
Plane.
A plane, yes, a flat surface. Good. All right, number 3, a point in space represented by a small dot.
L.
L point. Points that lie on the same line.
J.
J, collinear. Number 5, an angle that measures between 0 and 90. E is acute. Good. Number 6, made up of 2 points and extends indefinitely in 2 directions. A ray extends in 1 direction. So 7 is ray, actually. 6 is line. A line is the one with 2 arrows on the ends. Number 8, an angle that measures between 90 and 180.
G.
G, obtuse. Number 9, an unproven statement based on a pattern or, yes, conjecture. Good. Number 10, an angle that measures 180.
M.
M, a straight angle. Good. An example that shows a conjecture is false. I, counterexample. Number 12, an angle that measures 90 degrees is K, a right angle. And a line that has 2 endpoints is just part of a line, it doesn't extend,
Segment.
is a segment, H. Good. Now, you are getting a note card, 1 for each chapter, plus the equation stuff that we did. So you get to bring 5 note cards to the final. I will give you time in class to make them. Some of you might want to put this vocab on there. Some of you know the vocab and won't want to put it on there. But as we're going through this, think about what you're going to put on your note card, because you'll have the rest of class today to work on that note card. Questions? All right, draw the following and label them with the appropriate letters. So how would I draw a ray that's BD? What's a ray look like?
1
One what?
Why is these shoes?
A ray. What's a ray look like?
It's a line and a little thing.
A dot.
Okay.
No, it's a arrow.
Yeah, we got 1 arrow and 1 point.
Yeah.
The first letter goes on the point, the second one goes out through the arrow. All right, number 13 is a segment. How many arrows are there on a segment?
None.
None. So 1 point is A, 1 point is B, and then connect them. All right, line QR. How many arrows are on a line?
None.
What?
2.
2. Good. And then Q and R are just points on the line somewhere, not right at the end. And then an angle QRS, R has to be the vertex because it's in the middle. So on one of the rays, put a point and label it with a Q. Along another ray, put a point and label it with an S, and those get arrows. All right, number 16, describe the pattern, then state the next number in the pattern. So what's happening in this pattern? Adding what? 3, good. So what would the next number be?
22.
22, great. What are your questions? All right, number 17 says complete the conjecture. Provide 2 examples to support the conjecture. The product of any 2 negative numbers is blank. So I'm just going to practice. -1, give me another negative.
2.
-2, that's a positive 2. Give me some numbers.
-4.
-4 and
-5.
-5 is positive 20. So what's my conjecture? The product of 2 negatives is a positive. Good. Number 18 says to show that the conjecture is false using a counterexample. So all angles have a measure of 90 degrees. What would a counterexample be?
Obtuse angles are greater than 90.
Good. You can give me the definition of another angle, like obtuse angles are greater than 90.
What y'all do for the number 16? I missed it.
Number 16 was adding 3, and the
And
next number
23.
was 22, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, check out 18. This is one on the final where I think since there are so many options for counterexamples and it's multiple choice, it'll be like all of these are counterexamples except, and you have to pick which one is not a counterexample.
Oh.
So it might say like all the angles have a measure of 90 degrees. The following are all counterexamples except, and maybe it'll be the definition of acute angles, the definition of obtuse angles, a picture of a straight angle, and then a 90-degree angle. And the one that wouldn't work is a 90-degree angle because it doesn't show that this is false. That's one way I could write these. Can't remember if I did or not, but especially when there's more than one possible answer, be ready to answer the question as like all of these except, so-and-so. Make sense? All right, number 19, name 3 collinear points. So 3 points on the same line. Anyone? 3 points on the same line. A, B, and C are all on the same line. Good. The next one says name 4 points that are coplanar. Thank you. Yep. All right, 4 points that are coplanar, so on the same plane. A, B, C, and D is not on that plane. Which one's on the plane? E, good. Remember, a plane is the flat surface, so it kind of looks like a floor tile. We want the 4 points that are on that plane. D is not on the plane, so don't pick D. All right, here's number 21. We want to find the length of this segment, DE. How do I do that? Add 19 and 13, what do you get? Yeah, I said what you said, but I knew what you meant, you knew what I meant. 9 and 13, right? What do we get? 22 inches, good. All right, number 22 says name the intersection of those 2 planes. 2 planes intersect to form a line. What is this line? H, I, good. Questions? All right, number 23, name the intersection of those 2 lines. They intersect at a point. What is that point? D, very good. All right, the next one is classifying angles, and you don't have to measure them because I already have the measurements there. So a 33-degree angle would be what type of angle? Acute, good. And a 145? Obtuse, good. These might be things for your note card if you're still struggling with the different types of angles. All right, number 26 is 85 degrees. Type of angle?
What's that number 26?
Yep.
Acute.
Acute, good. If it's 180, it's
Straight.
straight, good. And 90?
All right.
Right. Very good. All right, couple. All right, name 2 ways, or give 2 names for the angle. There's actually 4. Does anyone know what they are? Angle what? How can I name that angle in 29?
What is the right angle?
Number 29. You could call this angle X, Y, Z. Good. That's one way to name this angle. You could go the other way, z, y, x. The important part is that the y is in the middle because it's the vertex. Now, there are two other ways. Since it's the only angle there, you could actually go just with the y, or you could use this little number on the inside. This would be another great one for a multiple choice format to say all of these are ways to name this angle except, and you'd go with, the one that doesn't work. All right, 30.
Angle QRS.
You could go angle QRS. Good.
Then flip it.
Flip it. So SRQ. Good.
What is angle R?
Angle R.
Or angle 2?
Angle 2. Good. Now, for the draw the following angle, you will need a protractor. If you used one yesterday, you should be good. If you need one, here's a small stack of them up here. Come grab one. All right? I'm just going to demonstrate how to do these. So you start with a ray. You lay the protractor on the top with the end point in the little X at the bottom, and then you follow it up till you see a 30. The 30 is right here. You kind of mark it, and then you spin it and use the flat side. So like that. Okay? Usually you want the rays to be the same, so maybe not so dramatic. I can go through that without drawing that much. Whoop.
Uh-oh.
There it is. It's a little hard with an iPad, but there you go. All right, same thing for the 110. 110 is an obtuse angle, so you have to count up past the 90 to the 110. And then connect those. If you need help, this might be a good thing to do one-on-one. The good news is, again, multiple choice final, I can't say draw the angle. But I could say, like, here is an angle, what's the measure? And you'd have to measure it. So definitely be prepared to measure angles with a protractor. I know for sure you won't have to draw them because that's not possible in a multiple choice test, okay? Now, we're going to spend the rest of the class making note cards. So if you need a note card, I have extras. You get 5 note cards for the final. I suggest 1 chapter per note card. Okay? So use this review and your note card. Just spend the rest of class studying, working on your note card so you don't have to do it outside of class. Any questions?